What's good, everybody? It's overtime.
And now we're over.
And now we're over.
It's overtime.
Jesus Christ.
Real
We're
quick.
over like
Gangster.
the World War III is over?
I gotta ask Gangster real quick. Gangster. Why do people like Steins Gate? And what is Steins Gate?
Uh,
Because I know a lot of people love the shit
I
out of
will be
Steins
back
Gate.
later, guys. You guys have a good one.
Later. And World War
Later.
II's not happening, Don. Relax.
I can't remember exactly what Steins Gate is.
Where the guy's like, I am mad science. I am crazy.
Holy shit. VR Paradise, by the way, is just a strip club, but in VR.
Really?
I'm looking at the thing right now. It's just, like, I was thinking of some weird hentai shit. No, it's literally just a strip club, but in VR.
Really?
I like the reviews. I need a modding community into the work now.
I was on a strip club earlier on GTA.
Bad graphics would like a refund.
Stupid.
I'm looking at all these reviews and everyone so far there's so many people who love this game. This one review just says
Yeah.
I camed.
Stupid. So fucking stupid.
Brim, and
Uh.
all it is, by the way, it's just a strip club but in VR. It's
Oh,
nothing
I thought
special.
it was like I thought it was a sex thing.
It's a strip club in VR. It's nothing like hentai. You actually got me really disappointed, by the way.
Sorry.
honest.
I honestly thought it was like, you know.
I like the reviews. Happy I bought this game. Quality content. Jeez, I don't know if I want to buy this game for the meme or buy it and just have it be infect my library. What's worse?
Oh. Why are you asking us?
Because
Yeah,
I feel
Don.
like you guys would know what's worse.
So what?
Brim, what's your opinion on the Yakuza games? Or
I haven't played
Yakuza?
them. I haven't played them.
Oh.
I don't have an opinion, honestly. I think Don, you played it, right?
No, I bought one Yakuza games that was free on the network, but I haven't.
I check my Humble Bundle right now.
Because I want to play it eventually. Grabbed it. PlayStation's really done better though with their free games. I mean, not all of them are. Like it used to be just like really crappy, very low quality that weren't worth even.
Gangster.
You know,
So I made a list of their top 25 animes of the decade. I just sent it to it because I thought you might find it interesting.
all right.
I don't know. It's a YouTube video, if nothing else. Yes.
Bram, what kind of red headband are you rocking?
Well, it's just a beanie. It's a Dragon Ball Z beanie.
I was gonna
That's
say,
a
isn't
real
it
vibe.
DBZ? Yeah.
Yeah.
No, what's DBZ?
Whose symbol is that?
Roshi's, I think.
Roshi.
Yeah, it's Roshi.
Wait, have you guys heard the anime called Monster? No.
Monster what?
No, it's just called Monster. It's an anime.
I feel like I've heard the name, but
It's
Yeah,
an
I
old
don't
anime.
remember.
Like, I've had someone recommend to me and tell me it's a good anime. It's like 70 something episodes. It's really good. I put it on my list. That has so far like 20 animes on it now so far.
Huh.
Oops. And take forever game.
What you playing, Bram?
Playing a game called. It is called Eternal Battlefield.
Hey, Gangster, would you like to watch a new anime or no?
What?
Are you into watching new animes or no?
I don't know. It depends. If they look good or not.
Are you into Fake Grand Order in any stretch or no?
The game?
No, like the anime, because there's an anime called Fake Grand Order about.
Yeah, I
I've heard
haven't.
it's really
I
good.
haven't watched it, but I was thinking about watching it.
I kind of want to watch it because I've heard it's really good. So, and it's Fate, so it kind of already bought my soul there.
Your soul.
Well, we still gotta finish DXD. 2 more
Yeah, I
fucking
know.
episodes, bro.
I know.
That
2
business.
more.
Listen, it's hard out there.
Are we in overtime right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The problem with DXD is I'll probably, if I have to be honest, I'd probably have to watch it. I'll probably watch the 2 more episodes tonight, but if I had to watch it, I'd probably have to watch it on my own or have it in a very limited scope where I have to look at it through a small monitor to a degree, or like just switch between it and always keep my eyes on my back. Because it's fine, but the problem is my brothers won't care, but it's my mom and dad who might look and see tits and ass and be like, what?
I say, why even bother, dude? You're fucking 20 years old.
Yeah, but they're gonna start asking questions like, are you watching? Like,
Shouldn't let
asking
them
me
ask
like,
questions, then it's like not that big of a deal.
and now I have to explain them it's an anime with a story about, like, I'll have to explain the entire story.
I wouldn't.
of
I
DxD
wouldn't
so
even
far,
explain. It's like you guys watch Game of Thrones. It's the same shit.
Yeah, but they find drawings weird, drawing nude women weird versus
Well.
that.
They can find it weird all they want. They still watch Game of Thrones.
Where there's rape and incest all over.
Just as much tits.
I mean, I love tits and ass
Probably
as much as the
watching
next guy.
that, Be like, I don't like you watch.
I mean, I love tits and ass as much as the next guy, but
For me, that show, like, maybe not for you, but like for me, it was cringy. The fan service.
which show?
What, DXD?
The fan service was a little bit much for me to enjoy the show.
Are you talking about DXD, Don?
Kind of cringy to me.
Don, DXD, right? You're talking about?
Yeah, DX.
I sort of agree with that. There's some moments in DXD where I find it cringy. I mean, I kind of agree with that. It being like, it being too fan servicey. I disagree with that. It's just the type of anime that it is. But
I can't figure out if I'm watching entire. That's
no,
No, you're not.
you have clearly.
Because trust me, I got some that are practically hentai, and DXD is not one of them. I mean, it's about as close
no,
as
I
you
mean
can
there's
get.
a different level, but
No, but actual hentai is fucking weird. Like, I've seen actual hentai. It's fucking weird. DXD is just very nude graphic. That's all it is. It's like lewd at most. Like, very lewd.
Mhm.
Because in DXD, you never see a woman's vagina or anything like that.
Well, that's because of the censorship laws.
Yeah, and I don't think it would, because DXD is very lewd. Like, it's like, oh, it's just women in really skimpy outfits. Okay.
not just times where they show everything, but no
Yeah.
clothes whatsoever, like completely naked, like when she's in the bed with.
So they do that as well in Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
I would
It's
argue
no
I
that
don't
different.
watch Game of. I don't watch shows. No one in my house watches.
in Game of Thrones, the first season of Game of Thrones, I would argue sometimes borderlines on porn.
Borderlines. I
As
mean,
of-
they use actual porn stars as actresses.
Because in Game of Thrones season 1, the amount of people that bang is like,
A lot. There's so much sex in Game of Thrones, dude. Like,
especially
the
in
first sex scene is a brother and a sister, for fuck's sakes. I mean, come on.
the first season. The first season, I think, is basic. I honestly, like, even someone who likes Game of Thrones except the season 7 and 8. But
Yeah,
Ooh,
I
like-
love Game of Thrones, and even I was like, dude, really?
this
What is the appeal with that show if it's just sex?
because
It's not about all sex, though. There's
not
a
about all
lot
sex,
more
just-
to it, dog.
it's just sometimes that's like how it is at the beginning because you're on a because a lot of stuff in season 1 they're in Littlefinger's broth house or brothel, whatever you want to call it.
Hmm.
Bird knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah, yep.
I mean, I get that's not all.
There's a hierarchy of a storyline. There's family trees that you gotta follow.
I mean, the storyline
I
of
mean,
Game of
it's just
Thrones. The storyline of Game of Thrones is good. At least for the first 6 seasons, I say it's amazing. I still think Game of Thrones is though a good show, regardless of
Oh yeah, totally. I'm right there with you.
like as someone who absolutely hated season 7 and season 8.
Pussy.
I still think it's a good show, Game of Thrones overall.
Well, I'll give you that. At least you know.
Like I'm not gonna say like it ruins the show for me because it's just like man,
I heard the last season.
the last season kind of
Yeah.
ruins a lot of things.
It really does. They fucked up the last season.
Yeah, it's just one of those unfortunate things because it's like if last season, if even the final season like was just season 6 in terms of quality, I would have been fine with it. Like obviously I can't, because I think peak Game of Thrones in terms of its story, like I think some of the best seasons are the first 4 seasons of Game of Thrones. I would argue the first 4 seasons of Game of Thrones are some of the best things, like was one of the best things on television out of the last decade. Yeah. As you see, I could talk about this for a while.
Right.
Yeah, I mean,
I mean, we do indeed love anime here, by the way. So
And that's the thing too. Like Game of Thrones is like pretty much anime, but without being anime.
yeah, it's
You know what I
anime for normies.
Yeah.
I wouldn't
exactly.
say anime for normies.
Oh, I totally would.
Actually, you
It's-
probably could say that, but I still like using the word normie because when people use the word normie, I feel like it has like a negative connotation. They're trying to say it's bad because of that. You know what I mean?
Made for filthy peasants? What?
I mean, yeah, there you go.
It's like sure you can say that, but it's just like, dude, just because it's a bit normiized, so people who aren't in anime as hardcore can watch it, I don't think that's a bad thing.
Well, no, it's not a bad thing. It's irritating to me because people have no problem watching Game of Thrones, but yet they'll fucking go off on something like High School DxD or High School of the Dead or, just tons of
I
them.
get that. I
Animes
get
with
that,
lots of
yeah.
tits and ass, and it's like, okay, fair, except you got no problem watching this show over here that has all the same shit. It's even got all the weird shit that people, oh my god, incest, oh my god, you mean like Game of Thrones?
Yeah, I know, right?
All the same shit. All of it.
And also-
anime normalize that a lot.
I wouldn't say normalize that. It's a different. Don, I'm gonna be honest. It's just
Well,
a
like
different
in
culture.
recent, more specific in recent. So
Like, what do you mean by normalize? Like, shows of tits and ass existed in the 90s.
no, the incest.
Oh, the incest thing?
Yeah, that's more. It's more it's present in anime nowadays.
No
It
way.
was an anime in the back of the day too.
Yeah, way back
No,
in
it
the
was-
day.
It was there, but not as.
Wait,
Like,
what do you mean, like
not the ones that
incest?
seem
Like,
really-
there's some shows of anime I've watched that kind of borderline on it. Like, what was that one show I sent you? I talked to you, gangster. I watched Netflix. It was like that magic school one.
Oh, yeah, Magic War or something or other. Something like
Yeah,
that. Yeah.
It's a cool anime. Sometimes it does kind of borderline on it, but there's like there's no like actual incest, like like
Well,
banging.
Sword Art Online, his cousin wants to bang him. For fuck's sakes, like.
Well, that's the thing. Cousins isn't That's not.
It's blood. It's still blood.
Yeah,
dog.
but it's not. It's not
Matter.
looked at as the same as like brother and sister in Japan.
Which it should be. It's still blood. Like you can create a fucking a
Well,
Riri.
I mean, here's the thing
Come
about
on,
here's the thing.
you can't.
Here's the thing about incest, man. You've got 2 parents, 4 grandparents, 8 great grandparents, right? And that keeps going up. It's a factor. It's 2 to the exponential, and the exponential is how many generations it is, right? Once you get to like 15 or something like that, you're way above the billions. And there has never been that many people on the planet at one time. I mean, there are barely 7.5 billion people now, or 8 billion people now, and there was even less back then. So we are all products of incest, all of us.
To a degree.
Not to a degree, we are.
Like, what do you mean products of products of incest?
Like we have
What
to
do you
be.
think he means?
There was never there were not enough people. Like I said, once you get to like
Yeah, but also
15
there's
generations, there have
also
not been
difference,
that
like-
many people on the
I'm gonna
earth.
Talk about this.
There
I'm gonna
was
talk
a-
about this story real quick, just to mention it. There's a story about like these 2 people who were dating, but they didn't know they were like I think second to third cousins or whatever, and they had to break up. But let's say if like I don't know, for some reason you didn't know at the time because your family's kind of distant, like oh you ended up just meeting this girl and oh bang bada boom, for some reason it's your second cousin, the lady. Let's say that happens. You can still get married and kind of like just things out, but it's kind of like it's a one-time thing and you take it to the grave. You go on a meeting. Like there's a
I don't know,
difference
man.
between like like there's a difference between a second cousin, for example, than like your sister or brother.
Oh sure,
Yeah.
yeah.
You get what I mean?
I
Like,
mean,
there's
second
difference in
cousins,
quantity.
you are practically related to a stranger as much as you are related to a second cousin.
I mean, there's this in incest. Obviously, like the incest on the genetic pool. There's incest on your genetics. Like it depends how much. Let's say if like I don't know, at some point your human evolution or your human history, someone in your evolution banged their cousin or fucked their sister. That's not gonna
Ew.
fuck. That's not gonna fuck. And by the way, I'm talking about like ancestry, like going back like hundreds of years. That's not gonna affect your genetic pool too much, but obviously, like obviously you saw what happened with the royal family, right? Like how some of the royal families just like the incest kind of just fucked things up hardly,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
generation in the line, because they just kept doing it. It wasn't like oh, just something that's happened at some point. It just straight up, it was a thing that was just practiced. Like oh, you only married your sister or brother. Obviously, I'm not justifying incest, but incest is not good. Like, but it's like there's varying degrees of it. Like, not all incest is equal. And how much are we talking here? That's basically getting at here.
There, Bible wasn't there? Noah didn't incest family too.
You're breaking up
'Cause
a
at
little,
some-
Don.
What?
You're breaking up a little.
I'm saying Noah's family in the Bible. I don't know who was related to who there, but like.
Yeah, but I was checking about the Bible in this sentence or this degree here.
Well, I'm just bringing up incest conversation.
Yeah.
I'm
The
not
problem is
bringing up
most biblical stories, like all those biblical Abrahamic stories, have incest in them like motherfuckers.
Like I said,
Like,
it
I'm
happened.
I actually heard
Especially
someone
back
say,
then.
like pre-flood, like that was the genetic pool wasn't kind of up as it was now, like that. Now it has adverse side effects.
Well, no, it had adverse side effects back then too.
I mean, here's the thing, Don. Like, how's the best way to put this? It's back then incest was common because it was a different time. Like even like we talked about, like we shame history as something like, oh, it's a different time, so that. And it was a different time. Like some things were you only did back then because it was a different time. Like for example, murder being illegal and obviously getting punished for murder is something that only really is a modern idea to get this in. You get what I mean?
Yeah. No, I mean,
Like- Because murder back then, like let's say if we go back even like like 300 or 200 years ago. Murder was really common back then, and not as punished. Like you can like, for example, like I don't know, for some reason someone can murder someone and bury them at the bottom of the ocean like with bricks, and no one would find the body because it's something very old and also a different time and all that. Not saying murder is justified, by the way, but I'm just stating the fact.
Mm-hmm.
Touching wieners with your family.
You all get what I'm saying, right? I'm not
Lady.
justifying murder and all that stuff.
I know.
I'm just saying.
No, I know. I know. I got it.
That's why, like, and the reason why I'm to you this, Don, is because just like when you say incest is bad, it's like yes, it is, but like if you're gonna tell people back then, like if you're gonna say like, oh, back in like even go as far as like 400 years ago, incest was bad to them, incest wasn't the grave evil that like it is now, because obviously we have the data now that said incest like to a varying degrees and major degrees. If you bang your married your sister like a couple generations, you'll fuck your bloodline forever. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like they just didn't know that back then.
Of course not.
That's why when you say Game of Thrones is bad as incest, it's like, yeah, but look, what time period does Game of Thrones take place in? It's not like, oh, it's 2019. It's in.
Yeah, Don,
Yeah.
don't you know? Because back then it was okay to bang your sister, even if she was
It
hot
was.
and crazy.
It was justified back then.
So
I mean,
gross.
marrying your sister in like the medieval time period was pretty
I
common.
know, and it was all bloodline pure. I know. Still gross.
Nah, it is gross, but it is gross, but it's common. It was a reality of that
No,
time.
I'm serious, Don. That's how they actually like kings and shit. Like they kept their bloodlines pure by marrying their children off to family members that were like lords and kings and queens of other lands and other like domiciles and shit. Like they would like their families would split their land up, and the only way you could fucking be a part of this family and become wealthy like that was your bloodline had to have been part of them already, or you were considered unpure and a disgrace to the idea.
Mhm.
Which is gross. Nasty.
Yeah, it was a bad idea, but it was a bad idea creating a time.
See, that's Arrow. I think it's will we go back to those roots considering how much media has it? It's like, yeah, no, media doesn't influence people like that, and I don't even think it's like
And here's the thing, like it's all
it's
yes,
Fuck you, Rondai.
No.
nutty.
Ah, fuck you very much.
How do I get back to the stream that I was on? God, I do not like this new YouTube shit.
Change it again?
Oh, whenever they changed it before.
Ooh.
Why don't we just tell the Stream Brothers?
Yeah, see,
No?
this is bullshit. How the fuck do you get back to the stream that you were just doing?
Let's say the stream's ongoing now.
Yeah, it says live.
Doing.
There we go. Fuck, give me some fucking shit. There we go.
Go to live studio. Oh, what the fuck?
Oh, it's live. No character.
Alright, yeah, I guess. Damn, now what the fuck's going on with Discord?
Can you off a lot?
I... There we go. Fuck, man, that's confusing as fuck. Alright. Ooh, cool. So that's that. Got the chat up. BS is going good. Let's just hope my shit doesn't crash again.
Damn, what's wrong with your PC, dog?
Like I said, I was fucking around with my overclocks. I thought I had it all stable and everything, but apparently Call of Duty is a little more intensive than Destiny 2.
Yeah.
But anyway, so oh god damn it. All right, hang on. Let me close. Let me restart.
Like, all right, so bleep.
Right? Let me
Like,
restart.
Yeah.
I'm gonna restart Discord real quick. All right. And let me get that and make sure that that's all. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Let's hope Discord. Oh god damn it! What the fuck is going? Seriously? What the fuck is going on with Discord? Why does it keep fucking dropping me from Discord?
But clocking your stuff could have caused it.
I don't see why. And it's like the Discord isn't even crashing. It just like. Yeah, hang on. I'll be right back. Oops. Well, looks like it's going good, but of course, as soon as I try and start some shit, it's gonna be a bitch about it. Well, seems like it's alright, so fuck it. Y'all can hear me, right?
Yeah.
What? What? Who?
Can you hear me now?
Where's this guy at? I thought we were doing a podcast still. No?
Alright. Oh, at least it went the whole show. I only had the one crash, and that was
Yeah.
quick to fix.
Like, thanks, YouTube.
Right? But here's the thing about like incest and all that kind of shit in media. I think one of the whole points in doing it in media is to explore those concepts outside of real life.
Kill confirmed.
Oh Jesus.
No quarter given.
I was waiting for him to disconnect again.
I know. I was like, here we go.
No, it just got some fucking little kids screaming in voice chat. I gotta turn that shit off. Luckily they got a button for that. So, but yeah, like, I mean, it's the same thing with like people torturing people in Game of Thrones or fucking, you know, Saving Private Ryan. They're all fucking killing each other and shit like that. You know, it's a way to explore that kind of stuff without it being in real life.
Hmm.
I mean, that's one of the. It's ironically, it's in another anime, but one of the greatest lines about that I've ever heard was, "Little sisters are a fantasy for people who don't have little sisters."
Oh jeez, I kind of put
And
a weird image in my head.
And I think that's the perfect way to think about it. Because people who really have little.
brother.
That's the thing. People who have real sisters or brothers, like they don't want to have anything to do with that. But
Like,
I
fuck
could
that
kind
shit,
of,
dog.
I could kind of see it being sort of like a girl next door fantasy for, you know, for people who don't have siblings.
Oh, fair enough, I guess.
They're just, you know, they're near you, they're available. You know, you get to spend a lot of time with them and you know, have an excuse for it. I could see that easily being the case. But for anybody who has a real sibling, it's like, you know, they don't. How many people actually want, you know, incest in real life? I mean, that number has got to be so minuscule. You know, but who knows, right?
Kill confirmed.
I mean, people are all into all sorts of weird shit. I honestly don't see it being any like marginally weirder than furries.
I was wait, is he about to start a war?
Right? Fight me. I mean, I really don't.
Come at me, dog.
And just like I'm sure that 99.99999% of all furries don't want to actually fuck animals in real life. I'm pretty sure that. Yeah, I know,
I
right?
know, man.
Yeah, Metro, man. Yeah.
Like there are a lot of furries out there that are into like shit and zoophilia. And, like that's fucking disgusting, dog.
But even
I'm not
then,
saying all of them,
it's not in
but
real
there are a
life
lot.
though. It's not like they want to fuck. Even if they enjoy watching other people fuck animals, it's not like they want to fuck animals.
I had a roommate, sir, that would have blown your fucking.
Oh, I'm sure. And like I said, I'm sure there are some. But I'm also sure that the number is minuscule compared to the number of actual furries.
I just feel like everyone wants to fuck everything that moves or breathes.
mean,
Some people just want to fuck stuff. What do you want me to tell them?
Big part of
Come
life.
on,
man.
Don. You never wanted to whip your dick out and fuck a pillow?
No.
People do that. You know what?
Yeah, but
People do that. He's not wrong. I mean,
He's not wrong.
some people, I think some people that want to fuck a dead corpse. You know, like
Yeah, people.
come on, Don. Live a little.
I don't know. I just feel like there's some people that don't want to control their dick. Really don't want to control it to a point where it's like they'll take it too far and not think a second about it.
The problem is, Don, people are weird. The truth is, not to go on, oh, guys, we live in a society, but truth
What's
is,
up, Levon?
people are weird. People are weird, and people like weird shit and want to do weird shit. And it's like, I'd rather people do that weird shit that's, bad, all that stuff, not to real things. Like, if someone, like, fantasizes about... Like, if someone that's what-
I'd rather people watch
Say?
I'd rather people watch rape porn than actually rape somebody in real life.
Thank you.
Yeah.
There you go. That's a point.
My personal thoughts on that, I'd rather
No,
So,
Don,
someone
I
still
get what
got
you're saying.
the
I get what
Matrix.
you're
porn.
Say it again. No, I didn't hear you. Kind of lied.
Like, I mean, unless you're talking about the simulated stuff that's fake, someone still had to get raped.
No,
Like,
yeah,
rape porn
fake-
is acting.
Yeah, rape porn is not people actually getting raped. It's people pretending like they're getting raped. And
Ow.
I'd rather people watch that
It's
and
it's
get
role
their
playing.
yeah, and get off on that kind of thing than actually go out and rape somebody.
And also, by the way, most rape porn. I'll tell you. Pete tells me this, and it blew my mind. Most rape porn is viewed by guess who? Women.
I mean,
It doesn't mean these women want to get raped. By the way, it doesn't mean they want to get raped or anything like that. No.
oh damn it! There it goes again. What the fuck,
like
man?
people
What's
wanna
up with
watch it, not to
Discord? Or yeah.
Yes, people have Don. There's a difference between fantasy and reality. Human beings can tell a difference between fantasy and reality. That's the
Or
thing.
you at least
I don't
hope
know,
so.
like, I didn't know like no one's watching this rape porn. They can like see this is patriarchy work.
They
No,
probably are. They probably are. You don't know.
Like,
Ironically,
who cares
it's-
what they
what if
think?
that's the majority of
mostly
that
women
wanna
that- Yeah, and it's not like the
Well, if
video
that what if was
stuff.
plausible, there would have been a study done about it, and we would know for a fact if that was the case or not.
watch. Probably will be a like
Probably
it'll be
already is, dog.
Oh yeah, there is.
I
Yeah,
mean, there's
and it's
studies on
actually
this.
women have been watching increasingly more violent porn over the last decade or so.
And by the way, this doesn't mean women just want to get violently. No, it doesn't mean
They
that.
just want to get fucked by a corn cob, by a
Yes.
Billy guy in overalls and no teeth.
And by the way, it doesn't mean these people want. It doesn't mean these people are just craving this in the real world. Like, oh yes, please do this, pops. There's people have fantasies, and some people have incredibly weird and I'll be honest, gross fantasies.
It shows
Does that-
it's not just for women wanting a man that takes charge. It's not a win.
Well, that's probably
Yeah.
that's part of it, and that's
they
probably why women are increasingly going after more and more violent porn, is because guys are getting weaker and weaker, to be perfectly honest, and so they've got to get their jollies
actually-
off.
There's a good theory that I've watched about that actually. And that's like the theory is we're all going back to the golden age, which is pretty much Egypt. Because the same thing happened in Egypt. You go from
Rome too.
Rome's and Greece, and then you go to Egypt, and the men in Greece were, and like a lot, especially like a lot of the Latin areas, were much more bigger and more refined than most of the dudes in Egypt. So like, they're saying that America is pretty much going back into like where Egypt was when it comes to the way their men are built and shit. So it's a pretty good theory,
Well, you know,
actually. It's
it's
a
like-
pretty sound
well,
theory.
Yeah, and also the problem also that is Egypt was also in a golden age at that time.
That's what I'm saying. We're going like what the theory is we're going back into said golden age.
Yeah,
Oh.
we're gonna have a golden age, and just like every golden age, it doesn't last forever.
No, right, exactly.
JC Gaming. Probably because to feminists like that doesn't like feminists that doesn't apply to them what they.
Don, you got to turn your noise gate down a couple more decibels.
Also, by the way, I guarantee you, most of the women who view this violently kind of rapey porn, most of them are feminists. I would actually put down dollars.
Oh, I bet.
Is better.
I don't know. We'll have to wait till you're talking. So
I am talking.
no, but it happens when you. It's part of the way a noise gate works, but it happens when you're talking a long time. In the middle of it, your voice goes down a little bit, which drops under the level of the noise gate, and then it stops getting you. But then your voice goes above it, and then it starts getting you. So you just got to tune it a little bit. Yeah, you keep cutting in and out, but eventually we'll get the right noise gate. It's pretty interesting how feminists complain about the stuff that appeals to the male fantasies, but say nothing when it is women that have all the weird fantasies themselves. Yeah, the biggest
They're
example.
hypocrites.
Well, yeah, that's for sure. But the biggest example of that I love is romance novels. It's the largest. It's the largest like industry as far as fiction goes in the world. It is almost exclusively not only consumed by women, but written by women. And the number one trope in romance novels is rape. Number one, by far. By far. And it's almost always the same way. The girl meets some wild ass, uncontrollable dude. The dude straight up rapes her. And then either during the course of the rape or shortly afterwards, she falls in love with him and then tries to tame him.
I mean,
And yeah,
I mean,
50
yeah.
Shades is the perfect, like, quintessential example of that.
I mean, and also that trope has been in stories for a long time. Like in I'll give an example. In the Epic of Gilgamesh, doesn't that one lady tame that one wild guy who goes to fight Gilgamesh later on in the story?
I think so, yeah.
Where she tames this wild guy and turns this. That's a trope that women unintentionally like, or unintentionally or intentionally, whatever you want to call it, like. And it's a
Unironically.
reality that. Yes.
What?
Wait to say you said unironically then.
Unironically. They unironically like it? Is that what you meant? Or
I
did
don't know
you
if it's,
mean,
I don't know if they like it. What's the best way to put it? I guess they like it, but it's like they can accept the reality that they like it, or they can just move out the fuck away.
Well, this is my thing. That's the feminist paradox, is that they like it, but they don't like that they like it.
They want it. They want to tame a wild guy. That's what most feminists really want in their hearts. They want to find a wild guy that they can tame.
Well, almost tame. He can't be completely tameable, because
Or
if he's completely tameable, then he's a house cat, and that's not. They don't like that. But almost tame. But yeah, I guarantee you, this is why, like, the Anita Sarkeesians, why they're so sex negative and why they don't like all these, all this stuff about sex in media and stuff is because they don't like that they enjoy what they enjoy in media. I mean, in real life, basically, but in media as well. The media that they don't enjoy mirrors what they enjoy in real life, and they
Why
don't
they
like.
hate anime so
And
much.
that's why. Yep, that's why they hate it, because it illustrates exactly how non-feminist they are. Because they want a big, strong guy to basically to take them.
Borderline
and-
rape them.
Exactly, yeah. Because that's what's attractive to women is aggressive, strong, take no shit from anybody kind of guys. And they don't like that. They want to be attracted to weak guys that they can control, but they're never going to be attracted to that. That's why that Anita Sarkeesian and what's his name? What was her boyfriend for a long time that you just know, Macintosh. Dude, watching him, dude, you knew for a fact, bro, he was not getting any from her. Like, their relationship was not a good, healthy relationship. Like, you could just tell the look on his face when they were together. It was
He was like,
painful.
death. It was like he wished for death. You would see
Yeah.
his face.
Yeah. And it's because he was not the kind of guy that she was really attracted to. And they both knew it. And they were both just denying it.
Or they weren't attracted to each other. He clearly wasn't attracted to a bitchy woman like Anita. I'm sorry. That's just a fact. He probably just he clearly wasn't attracted to her. They clearly didn't like each other, so it's just like, yeah.
Wasn't it like just a sexual thing? Like he was just trying to get laid at first or whatever?
I mean,
Yeah,
it wouldn't
and then he
surprise me.
It probably was like that, and then he realized, wow, total
Shit.
bitch.
I
Why
know. I
fuck-
was gonna say. He's like, why did I try to hit this up? What?
Why
the
did
fuck
I
is
stick
wrong
my
with me?
dick in crazy? It happens to
here's
the
the-
best
this
of
is-
us, bro.
No, this
Well,
is
you know what's funny is like her first thing. She was a cam whore, dude. Like,
No, but it wasn't even crazy. It wasn't even like crazy. Like, where you thinking word like the chick is just weird, or not really weird. She's like out of weirdly normal. Then you get her in bed and she's a fucking psychopath. That's not that type of crazy he wanted, but it wasn't that. It was like, oh, she's a bitch no matter what.
like you fuck her. Guess what? She wants a missionary. You're not allowed to bend her over. You're not allowed to fucking spin her. You're not allowed to fucking treat her like a pretzel. Nothing.
You can't do it. He's like, you can't. Yeah, you have to buy
That's
these.
like the most boring
Macintosh
shit
is like-
ever.
And Macintosh is like, I have to consent. It doesn't just do it anyways, cause fuck it. And that's why Guarantee's probably like, please. Are they broken up now or no?
Oh yeah, they broke up a long ass
Yeah.
time ago.
Yeah, that's probably the reason why they're stepper. He's like, and he just does the male feminist thing because he just hates himself deep down. Because you've seen like he makes I think media where he's like, oh boys, it's allowed for boys to cry, and I'm like, okay, sure. No
Not
one
really.
said that was like no one said a guy crying was against the rules. It depends though what the crying is.
Well, that's nothing is less attractive to a woman than a guy crying over silly shit.
If the guy's mom died, it's like, oh, what the hell? You like no one. If a guy's mom died, no one's gonna be like, stop crying, you little bitch, and punch him in the face, something like that. No one does that. Like,
Nope.
I hate this stupid reality where people think like, oh, it's forbidden for men to cry. No, like no one said that ever.
Yeah, the JC. The problem is the same women who are attracted to weak men also get turned off by the weak men they're dating. They're as consistent as their arguments do. It's so fucking true. The biggest example.
Hypocrisy.
The biggest example of this is the women screaming for like they act like they want a reversal of the gender roles in the household. So they want to work and they want a house husband to take care of the kids, and nothing is less attractive to a woman than that. There is article after article after article of feminist women going on and bitching about their house husbands. It is
Like-
hilarious.
What do you mean by house
You know,
husband? Though? Like the
that-
guy doesn't
that
take care of
whole-
anything. He just sort of does his thing.
Well, a guy being a 1950s housewife.
Now, the whole thing where they want the roles reversed, that's just they want an opportunity to get back at for how some men.
I don't know. It's like what do you mean? Like a guy take? I don't think like if a guy's a total bitch, that's different. But it's like I don't think a guy taking care of like his children is a crime.
No. But it's just hilarious watching these women. Like they all these articles read the exact same way. I thought this was what I wanted, but then once I had it, I became ever more resentful of my house husband because I felt like he was being lazy and I didn't want to work. And all he does all day is sit around the house playing video games. And dude, it's hilarious. It is hilarious because they scream all day about this is what they want, and then they get it, and it turns out that's not what they wanted.
My mom puts it this way. I'm not saying that someone that stays at home is a wimp, right? But like, she said, women want a guy that's not a wimp. They want a man that actually. That's how she put it.
Also, the guy that they're probably thinking probably doesn't even bang him good. I very guarantee if the guy in that situation was banging her good, then I guarantee she wouldn't bitch as much.
No, she still
I
would.
mean, you're not wrong. No.
Still would, and I'll tell you.
Lacey Green got dick. Look at her. Looking like, I mean, she's a prime example. Actually, her and that Red Pill Black, like, dude,
Chris
like
Reagan. Are you talking about Chris Reagan?
Her and Chris Reagan, yeah.
Bro, like, that's prime example. Some of these chicks just want to get dick, and that's what they're doing. They're playing the SJW card. Maybe they did have left leanings at one point, right? But like, if you look at the pattern, dude, like, if they got a good dick, dude, like, they're less bitchier, they're sexually less frustrated. Like,
yep.
Dude, guys get the same way, dude. Like, if a guy doesn't get pussy in a while, dude, we get bitchy, we get angry. Like,
It's always it. Jordan Peterson talks about this all the time. Not all the time, but he talks about like how a healthy sex life is important and how like for some
it is.
Like, talking about like he talked about like the guy who turns his wife into his mom, to give an example, and then is wondering why he's so angry and sad in his 40s. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
He talks about all the time. He talks about how some guys will turn their wife into basically their mom, their house mom, and then they'll wonder why they're just sexually not happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, Lacey Green's a great example. Like, because I'm sure she was all about dating those lefty dudes.
Yeah.
And then turns
I bet
out
she got plowed by a couple of them, and they just weren't doing it for her.
Yep. And so what does she do? She turns to a red-pilled dude who isn't gonna take any of her feminist bullshit.
Tells her to shut the fuck up.
Yep.
Probably
Make me a sandwich.
her.
Get back in the kitchen.
Yep.
Like, I know a lot of women that are friends of mine that have told me they love being dominated. And you know what's funny is they are a dominant personality.
Yep.
They have not. The thing is they haven't found the guy to put them in their place. And there are women that are cocktail waitresses that I work with every day who are complete bitches to everybody, but then turn into pussycats after the fact. I'm like, oh, look at you, Mrs. All Happy. So shut up.
It's just like the guys who are like total like cutthroat businessmen who like being dominated by dominatrixes in the bedroom. It's the same exact thing.
Because people have controlling personalities like that release where they're not in control of the situation.
Yep. And vice versa. Yeah.
This is very common. People with dominating personalities. Like I think Joe Rogan's talking about how like he had a dominatrix on the podcast and they were talking. I think they talk about how a lot of the people that she goes with are like CEOs of big companies and all that stuff.
Yep. Yes, sir. It's just a common thing, and some people and like that's why I just wait for people like Anita Sarkeesian or Zoe Quinn to find that one dude, the one fucking dude that's gonna get into those panties, and we're gonna see completely different beasts.
I'm gonna
be honest, I think it's a little too late for her.
How old is Anita, real quick? Just quick age.
She's pushing 40 now.
Yeah, no one's gonna want to.
I wouldn't say no one, but not the kind of guy she actually wants. That's the thing. She wasted her 20s. And this is one of the unfortunate, like, this is the biggest unfortunate thing about feminism, right? Because all of feminism's bullshit can be overcome, unlearned, whatever you want to say.
When it's too late.
The problem is that for women, you've got your 20s, and that's it.
Guys,
'Cause
we
once
have
you're out of your 20s, like, your fertility drops. And the biggest problem is it's not so much that you are unattractive, because there's plenty of hot women in their 30s.
Oh God, yes, right.
The problem
No,
is that at 30 or in your 30s now, you've got to compete with your 20-year-old counterparts. And what guy who's successful, has a business, makes a lot of money, what guy like that is going to pick a 30-year-old who's ready to settle down and have kids for a 20-year-old that's ready to settle down and have kids?
You can have kids at 30.
Yeah, but it's way harder.
I wouldn't say it's way harder. With modern science,
and
it's
the
actually made it easier.
No, it really hasn't, dude. It really
has.
hasn't. No, it hasn't.
There's
it hasn't.
No, there's tons. Yes, it has. Tons of people have there's tons of people have kids at 30 or even 35.
Even with modern technology, bro. Once you starting at 30 and getting up to 35, your fertility drops by like 70-something%.
Yeah, it does. But it's not impossible to have a kid. Like, it's not like, oh,
Yeah, but we're not talking about what's possible. Again, you're competing with a 20-year-old.
Sure.
Well, so why would a guy who wants to have kids pick a
Go with a
30-year-old if he's got 20-year-olds all over his nuts?
Fair enough.
That's the point. It's not, like I said, it's not so much that you're unattractive. It's not so much that you can't have kids. It's nothing like that. The problem is that you're now competing with girls 10 years younger than you who won't have even a chance of the same problem. I mean, there's always a chance, but statistically speaking, they don't even have a chance of having the same problems as you will as in your 30s. That's the thing. And that's, man, if there's one thing young women need to be taught, it's that, because with guys, it's not the same. Guys can have kids at the very least into their 40s, but usually into their 50s, 60s, or even 70s. And their attractiveness to women goes up as they get older, not on a physical level, although for some women probably, but because what the main thing that attracts women is financial stability and the ability to provide. So, which is not tied. Well, it is tied to your age, but it's a negative correlation. On the average, you get better able to provide for a family as you get older. But for women, it's the opposite. You start out rich and you get poorer as you get older. And nobody tells young women this. They don't tell them, look, you've got to your 20s or earlier 30s to find a husband and start a family, or that's it. It's game over, because otherwise you're going to be competing for those same guys with your 20-year-old counterparts, and they're going to win every time.
I don't know, dude. I think, like, in the long haul, in the grand scheme of things, there's always gonna be someone like that's always gonna be a thing. Sexual attractions are always gonna be so different and varied.
But the odds
That's not gonna
decrease.
matter.
The odds have decreased, infinitely by that point. That's the thing. It's, there's always a chance. Like,
It depends, I guess. It really does. It depends on where. Maybe if we're talking about statistics in just California by itself, maybe, yeah.
no, this is worldwide, bro.
I don't know, dude. There's still
Worldwide,
people-
women marry guys who are 5 to 10 years older than them, who
that's
make more
always been a
money
thing.
than
That's
them.
been a-
Well, yeah,
but
that's
that's been a thing since we were kids, dude. That's
well,
nothing-
dude, that's been a thing since the beginning of time.
right.
But that's the thing. If you're already 30 something, then unless you want to start getting with 40 something year old guys, and even then, there are plenty of 20-year-olds who are 20-somethings who are attracted to 40-year-old guy, or who are willing to get with a 40-year-old guy because he's got the money, or he's got a stable job, or he's got, the resources. Like, how many articles have come out lately of women who say, I've got a good job and blah, 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 and I don't want to settle. How come I can't find a good guy?
Right.
And that's the thing. Like, That doesn't happen for guys because, like I said, women are not attracted to the same things in men as men are attracted to in women. You know, men are attracted to youth, fertility, and motherliness. I guess you know,
There's
femininity.
more that when it comes to attractiveness.
Obviously, there's more, but the big ones are youth, fertility, and the ability to be a good mother. For women, it's stability, ability to provide and protect, I guess. And I guess yeah, those are the big ones for chicks, I guess. And I mean that's the big problem is this for women. It's really really easy to miss out. I don't know if y'all heard that, but my girlfriend. Big agree from my girlfriend.
Wait, that's good.
Yeah, she's just like, hell yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's just. I mean, yeah, interesting. So, by the way, Brim, hey, watch this video. It's the one where an incel did me and asking me anything type stuff. Or ask
No.
me anything. It's actually a very good video. I recommend watching it. It sheds a light on incels that they're not these evil people that they're made out to be.
Oh, I could have
Some
told you
incels
that.
are pretty pathetic, but I don't think they're evil.
No, like here's the thing. I think there's like tiers of incels, but it's like what do you mean by pathetic? Like they are pathetic to a degree. Like here's the thing. Like I'll say the word loser, but ultimately I don't consider the word loser a truly defeatist word because a winner can become a loser and a loser can become a winner. Like all things in life.
Yeah, true.
Well, well, here's the thing. Like, all right, so like, I'm not saying all incels are like losers, right? Because they're not.
And also a lot of these incels, it's all personality things they need to work with and a bit of cleansiness.
Mainly the cleansiness. That's my main thing. Not so much a personality because there are dickheads and bitches that get along just fine. So and I get along with a lot of bitches. So I mean,
It's the guy who did the Ask Me Anything. Like I was shocked that he was an incel because I'm like, dude. I was looking at this guy. He had like really weird, like long hair, kind of. Where you know, like how a girl with short hair looks like,
yeah.
where it's down to her ears. His hair was kind of like that. I'm like, dude, cut those off or make it into a cool design, like cool hairstyle. You know, clean yourself up a little bit, and dude, you'll be a chick magnet. This guy wasn't a bad dude, and I'm like, or bad looking, like most incels. Most incels are not ugly guys. Like people think like, oh, incels these guys who are born inherently ugly. No, most incels are not born inherently.
Well, but even then, like
they're born without. They don't have confidence, and their cleanliness is not very good. That's the only. That's the problem with incels. The two problems I see with them.
no, it's complicated, man. I think
Sure.
I think a big problem.
It's confidence too. Confidence is a big one.
Yeah,
there,
well,
so.
I think a big problem, like, it's the trope of the guy who has the friend, the not girlfriend but friend who's a girl, who you know she's always crying on his shoulder, and you know it's the oh why can't more guys be like you type thing, right? And
Sure.
the big problem I see is that like these guys will take advice from these women, and that's the
Women?
last place that you should take advice from, because it's either one of two things. It's either one, it's the chicks don't know what they really want, and they tell the guy what they think they want, and that's not going to work, or it's the girl is subconsciously or not trying to sabotage his chances with girls so that he can forever remain single and be
The shoulder to cry on.
well, or a backup for her in case you know the hot guy doesn't work out.
Kill confirmed.
It's the shoulder to. It's mostly the shoulder to cry on stuff. Which you know, if that's like a female friend of yours, fine. That's a fine thing. Like whatever, that's cool. Be there for your friends
because
and all
like
that.
you see it in movies, TV shows. I've witnessed it in real life, you know, all over the place. The advice that guys get from girls about other girls is so fucking terrible. You know, oh, you know, be sensitive, bring her flowers, you know, blah blah blah. And it's like, no, dude,
No.
those are all
No.
the absolute opposite of what you should, you know, be
That's
confident.
all things. Well, that's the thing. The girls that are giving them this advice are the ones that want that.
Oh, I don't
Right?
even think they do, bro. I don't even think they do.
I
Well,
think
Because
it's
Well,
if they did, they would be going out with guys like him and not the douchebags that she ends up crying on his shoulder about. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. Because I see it, I saw it, oh my god, throughout college, high school, fucking all of it, bro. I saw it all the fucking time. And it's and you see it in movies and TV, and people completely bully. You know, that trope is so pervasive. It's fucking everywhere, and nobody questions it. You know, yeah, it's.
Is that consistent with younger women or older women?
What's that, Don?
Is that consistent with younger women, older women?
I mean, it's tough.
Yeah.
Like, certainly it's more prevalent among younger women. I mean, it's just a young people thing in general, because you don't, you know, you're much less likely to know what you really want when you're young. But I don't want to say that older women don't also do it.
Of course, it's some older.
No, but I think these women, there's two problems aspect. Like women who do that to guys, but let's say also there's a little shame. Let's say if a woman friend zones a guy so hard and does that whole shoulder cry and stuff, and let's say that guy just says one day, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna spend time with this other girl and try to get with her." That one freaks out and you know, whole meltdown shit happens. You know what I'm saying, Peter?
Yeah. Yeah.
Where
it
she's like,
happens.
"Oh, the guy I thought was there for me wasn't," and she's like, "You can't bitch. Like you friends on the guy hard. He's still your friend, but he's just, you know, spending time with other women. It's rather you clearly gave him the friend zone card and he walked away. And I don't know why you're bitching."
Well, no, you know why they're bitching.
To a degree, yes.
I mean, I know why they're bitching. They're bitching because, well, either A, they don't have their shoulder to cry on at their beck and call, or B, they really wanted him as a backup, and now that's not the case.
Yeah, it's like, and also there's like you need to pick guys like that will need to pick what they want or just get the fuck away from it. Like obviously, I'm not saying like stop being friends with the person because that's just that'd be foolish. You can't be like only friends with women because you want to bang them.
I mean,
But can't you though?
yeah, I was gonna say, challenge accepted.
I was
I mean,
like,
I
was in that. I was a person like that once, dude. I could say I could easily disagree with that statement.
I have these small friends. I don't want to bang them. There's friends I kind of hang out with sometimes.
Yeah, but
But you never had that friend that was kind of, you know, like.
I mean, yeah, I'm like, yeah.
And you
I'm
were like, I never hit it, but you so much you start getting attracted to her.
I'm like, you tell me I've never thought about once like they're kind of hot. Yes. At one point in my life, I did.
Well, not
And at
just
one
that
point-
though. Not just that. Like the situation I just said. You're gonna tell me there was never ever a time where a woman was unattractive to you, that you spent so much time with her that she became attractive.
I mean, kind of, to be specific.
You know what I mean, though? You see what I mean, right?
The problem with those kind of relationships, I get what you're saying. The problem with those kind of relationships, those relationships usually end up being two things. Or most of the time, you end up getting friend zone. That's why, like, I don't think about stuff like that to a degree, I guess.
Fair enough.
And just like I have no problems with being friends. I can be friends with anyone. I don't really care about that type of stuff. It's just like, man, I don't know. It's just things are complicated. I think it's
Yeah.
complicated. Like crazy.
everything's complicated, man. Everything.
It's like, and I think I get what you're saying, Bram. But to say that you can only be friends with women that you secretly just want to bang one day is kind of foolish.
But is it though?
I mean, do you mean like you're friends with them, but you say, "Oh, you're cute"? Like, yeah, sure. That's like you're talking about that type of stuff. Like, sure.
Like okay, so like, say you're just friends, right? Like you didn't like say like you're just friends,
And
but
you
your
become attracted over
ulterior
time.
but your ulterior motive this time would be, yeah, I want to just fuck you, but you don't, but you know her, and she's like, well, I don't like guys like that. Then you start like building yourself around that person's likes just so you can fuck them once. You never done that before?
I mean, do you mean like be friends with someone because eventually you want to end up in a relationship with them?
No, I'm
Well,
just saying
not-
sexually.
Or do you mean just tap them once and leave? Or whatever?
Not leave, just like
No,
just
just
to
tap
hit it.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I've been in some of those friends of benefit things. It doesn't exactly work out because they
True.
get clingy as fuck. That's why I get what you're saying, Brim. But it's just like I'm not a big fan of friends with benefits, mainly because as someone who's been in a situation like that.
Oh, JC, that
Yeah,
is the
no.
understatement of the decade. Women are complicated.
Yes, women are indeed complicated. Just like how these wants of these incels are complicated, and that's why I think we should stop shaming incels and saying they're bad people.
I would never say they were bad. Jesus. Who's doing that?
That's a whole societal thing. Where it's like, oh, it's cool to make fun of incels and tell them they're awful people. Like,
I've never come across them like that, but that's crazy.
you'd be, as someone who's on Reddit and Twitter and stuff, it's
Well,
incredibly common.
part
Why do you
of
think they called Joker the incel mascot?
part of that is the unfortunate reality that a man who is unattractive to women is
Seen as a loser.
well,
But
kind of,
losers can become
kind of.
winners.
Well, he's kind of, sort of useless. Whereas a woman, even if she's unattractive to most men, is still useful.
I don't know. It's all weird. It's all weird shiz.
And
But yeah,
I don't mean
down
that
to
in the sense that they should or shouldn't be. I'm just talking about what is.
Fair enough, but it's just like I don't think we should discount like incels and just conjecturally just say them like, oh, they're like saying they're losers is fine because losers can become winners ultimately, as I said before. But it's what's the best way to put it? Fuck, I'm trying to think of the
Well,
best way to put
it's like I stated. Like I don't think they're bad people. I don't think they're like complete losers. Like they're like you guys were saying earlier.
No,
like,
it's okay
there
to
are
say
there are definite like varying fucking levels, right?
There's varying degree of incels, and I'd argue it's a minority of incels that are these resentful, I hate women people.
Right.
Well, I would even go like because the ones that are the complete I hate women, they've become that way because
Because of women.
well, yeah, basically,
That's why
It-
MGTOW exists.
exactly.
MGTOW was never a thing until
Until
Until-
feminism.
this
'Cause
past
feminism-
15 years. 15 years. The last.
Oh,
15
really?
Years,
It didn't even
like-
take off until like 7 or 8 years ago. Like it only
But like
really
they've
became
been
a
around
big.
for a while.
Sure,
They've been
yeah.
around for a while, but like
But
they
it
haven't
didn't,
really
like-
become a thing until
Yeah.
recently.
Yeah,
Because when I was a kid, I remember hearing about MGTOW, and I was like, "What the fuck is a MGTOW?" And that was like that bullshit was like, "Oh, if you don't lose your virginity, you wizard." I'm like, "What? What the fuck?" And I remember that bullshit nonsense, but like, I mean, overall, like MGTOWs, yeah, they're a direct response to an extreme situation.
you're not wrong.
And yeah, and like them, there's MGTOW, just like there's varying degrees of third wave feminism. Like it's not all bad, but it's not all good. It's just how you got to look at things and what your perspectives are.
Arrow.
you can
So
either
what can we
speak-
do to boost their confidence? Like that's the hardest part.
They
Yeah.
Pierce. When we tell you someone who's doing that right now.
Jordan Peterson.
Yes,
Yeah,
he's doing that right now.
yeah. He's probably the bet. Like listen to Jordan Peterson. Take his advice. Like ironically, God, I can't remember who
The dude's a
Who's-
whisperer.
who said this, but like the irony of MGTOW is that say you're an incel and you decide to go MGTOW and you just decide to concentrate on yourself and getting your own life in order and improving yourself just because you want better for yourself. The very act of doing those things will make you attractive to women. Oh, God damn it.
Tell me I'm not the only one who found that funny, please.
Yeah, no, I thought it was
That I
pretty
fucking cut out right at the good part. Man,
I know.
fuck Discord, man.
I'm sorry.
At least it's not doing it every 5 minutes. But well, the stream heard me. But yeah, no, the very act of improving yourself because you want better for yourself and all that kind of shit will make you more attractive to women and might fix your status as an incel by itself. So go MGTOW,
Yeah, that's just-
work out, you know, get a hobby, do better in your career. You know,
Well,
do
it's okay to take a break and focus on yourself.
do all that kind of shit.
Is it
and,
though? You guys sound like a bunch of fucking losers.
right?
Oh, man. And by the way, this is why feminists try to discourage MGTOW, by the way.
Yep.
Not saying like some MGTOW guys are misogynists, whatever. Some. That's not like just like I said, majority of intel's not these evil people that they're described as.
Oh, I've heard some pretty chauvinistic shit though from MGTOW. It's like,
Sure.
it's like, dude, like, I'm like, bro, you're making your whole movement look bad. Shut the fuck up, dog. You're like, you shouldn't even be
Sure.
allowed to be on YouTube.
But the underlying documents of MGTOW where they're like improve yourself, focus on yourself, and make yourself better. Is that
Yeah,
evil
sure.
or that bad?
No, absolutely not. That's a good thing. Why would anybody say that's a bad thing? That's what I want.
Ah, you want to know why feminists say that's a bad thing? Because the MGTOW movement has the potential to completely erase women's power over men.
Same reason why they
Because-
don't like the no fat movement.
Yeah, because pussy has a market value, and feminists especially hate everything that lowers the price of pussy, because that means they can't get beta simps to fucking pay all their bills and take them out to
That's why
dinner
they
all the
hate
time.
porn.
Yeah, that's why they hate sex dolls. Because otherwise, why would you give a shit about fucking sex dolls? What possible reason could you have to hate sex dolls, except that it keeps
Diminishes your pussy's value.
weaker men from having to spend a shitload of money in order to get pussy. That's it.
Same reason how like unironically cam girls are the Bitcoin of the dating market.
Bitcoin of the dating market.
Because
Yep.
a lot of these cam girls are taken from a lot of these women, even though they have to support cam girls because support all women. It's like how long is that gonna last for?
Support our sisters.
How long do you think that's gonna last before they just turn on cam girls because the guys that they want to give them all their shit is just fucked off and just give money only to cam girls?
Well, it's gonna depend on how many of those men are giving to cam girls versus spending all their money taking gold digging hoes out for dinner and a movie all the time. There will be a tipping point where these chicks can't get simps to date them and pay for all their shit, and that will be the point at which they all of a sudden don't like cam girls because they're taking up too much of those simps' money. Oh, motherfucker. Hello, subs for subs, please. Okay, Zogspark, I'll sub to you. I don't give a fuck. Have to wait till I'm out of the stream though.
Zug zug.
But yeah.
That's why Jordan Peterson is a hero that we don't deserve.
Dude, he really is, man. Like I said before, watching him just made me understand so much about not only myself but other people. And why we do some of the stupid and crazy things we do. Like, yeah, after you watch some of his personality class and stuff, like a whole bunch of shit just makes so much fucking sense. Feminists want weak men. They can look up Craigslist.
Pretty much. That's some thirsty motherfuckers too.
Right?
Hey, you want thirsty?
Oh.
There you go. There's the thirst. It's real over there. That shit's redonkulous, dog.
Mhm.
It's kind of crazy to think about that. It's like the people who create these misogynists, create the misogynist women, or not misogynist women, misogynist men, are majority of the time feminists. They're the ones who create the misogynist men.
I also love.
Am I
I can't
wrong?
remember. No, you're not. I can't remember who.
It's not these right wingers, like they say like Ben Shapiro or Steven Crowder creating all these
Oh, no way.
misogynists.
Yeah.
If anything, Ben Shapiro is helping these guys. Ben Shapiro and Steven Crowder are helping all these fucking. men.
Crowder
Like,
is hilarious, dude. Crowder is funny.
Crowder's
Yeah,
great.
Crowder's fucking hilarious.
Unironically, guys who are becoming more right wing and know they talk about always improve yourself, clean your room. Strange how that works for a lot of men, and the feminists always just hate it. Strange.
No, what gets me though, like I can't remember who said it. Some woman. I think she was anti-feminist or something like that. But the greatest quote ever: "Men aren't misogynist. In order for men to be misogynist, they'd first have to hate women more than women hate other women."
That's true.
And it's so true. It's so
Yeah.
true.
It is.
So if you're looking for dating advice, unironically, go watch Jordan Peterson.
Yeah, for real.
There you go. The dude is a whisperer. Like people talk about, oh, he's like the dog whisperer. Peterson's the men whisperer. Crit. Does that sound better? No.
Well, he's got advice for women too. That's the irony.
He does, but like his advice and all that, majority of the time helps out men. Obviously, it doesn't help women because it helps the women too.
I just love how like all these fucking interviewers from CNN are like always putting shit into his mouth. Like they
And
always
saying
tell
he's a
him,
bad guy.
yeah, they always tell him like, oh, so you're saying women shouldn't have kids? He's like, no, I didn't say that at all. He's saying if you want to be successful, take less time off of work, stay full time, and work your way up. That requires a woman not to have children.
And most
Because
women don't want that.
if she's not at home being a mother, that means she's gonna be at work. Like,
Well, that's-
like the analyst is always like, "Oh, so you're saying that women shouldn't have children at all?" Like, what?
Most women don't want that, by the way. It's a very minority amount of women that actually want to be these CEOs and all that stuff. No matter how
Yeah.
many.
No matter how hard
want it.
feminists try and push, yeah, they don't want it. And that's like
Most women
it's
rather have a
it's
balanced life.
it's oh Jesus. It's
And just
so
because most of adult women that my mom's friends with, and like my family, like a lot of the women, they just want a balanced life. That like there's some work, but time with the kids and all that. That's what most of my. That's where I get this idea. Most women want.
well, and this is the irony, right? It's like the crux of Peterson's arguments or whatever about this kind of thing. It's so fucking simple and common sense. It's like, yeah, you can't have it all. Nobody can. There's no such thing as having it all.
Well,
Like,
you
that-
can, but it's also you have to sacrifice a good portion of your
Well, yeah,
life
that's
to do it.
that's
though.
the thing. It's like nothing comes without sacrifice. So if you want to have a career, you're not going to be able to have family like you would if you didn't have a career. Like it's so simple.
It's almost like it makes sense. Almost.
So much of his advice is like that, where it's just like, people try and spout these lies that, oh, you can do everything. No, you can't do everything. Nobody can do everything. Like, nothing worth having comes without sacrifice.
Like look at even like these rich guys who have kids. How often do you think they spend time with their kids? It's not the mom, basically. doing all the
Exactly.
raising.
Or a nanny. And that's man, I love his shit about that. It's like, man, you guys, you're gonna work all this time so you can afford to pay for a nanny so you can not spend time with your kids and have somebody else raise your kids for you. Like,
Yeah, dude.
man, God, that's just like right there. Like that's so simple, easy to understand, and true. It's like, is that what you want? Do you want to work so you can have somebody else raise your kids for you? Like, I wouldn't want that.
But you get it though if somebody wanted that. That's
Sure.
the thing, and like these
They're
women
allowed
that
to have that
and,
choice.
and that's what and like if you ever notice like with like their entire argument is completely reactionary. Like it's never based on something that's current, and it's never based on something that's immediately needing to have attention drawn to it. It's completely reactionary to what dudes want nowadays versus what women want nowadays. It's fucking crazy to think about, but it's true. Because what are they fighting for? They're saying that they don't have rights? Bullshit. They got rights. They got probably more
They
rights
got
nowadays
more rights
any
than
other-
men have ever had.
Fact check, true.
Like
Guys, the pay gap.
the debate about
Taking the vote.
well, no, well, that way, yeah. But the debate about abortion and reproductive rights is hilarious because women are scared of having the same reproductive rights that men have always had.
What do you mean by that?
Well, men have never had the right to abortion.
The guy can't really abort. The guy can't eat the fuck out. That's the
Nope.
thing. No. By the way,
Never
no
have been able
pro-choice
to.
Woman is like if I told all right then if the woman's allowed to abort, the guy's allowed to eat the fuck out and leave if the woman doesn't choose to get an abortion. She's like, nope, he has to stay. And I'm like, wait, what? I thought you were pro-choice.
Yeah,
It's like what
there's gonna be a turning point with this shit because it
It's like
can't
what
keep
Chappelle
going like this
said.
forever.
It's like what Chappelle said. If you have the right to kill this motherfucker, I have the right to leave this motherfucker.
Yeah.
All right. Your body, your choice. My money, my choice.
Yeah, your body, your choice, your responsibility, because that's how it goes. If you have the choice, you should, like, forever throughout the history of mankind, if you've had the choice, you've had the responsibility. That's how it works. The rights come with responsibility. The ability to make a choice comes with responsibility, and yet somehow we've created a system where women have all the choice and the rights, but none of the
And no
responsibility. And that's, yeah, it can't keep going for forever, especially since there are large industries, government agencies and industries that are now built around taking children away from their fathers.
Absolutely.
And now they're saying now in Canada there's gonna be a thing where if you don't give your kid puberty blockers if he says it for some reason, or if he's told he has to say that to his parents by the teachers at school, you can lose your kid.
Yeah, that's not gonna end well.
You joke about Canada, but at some point shit's gonna hit the fan. Everything's like this. All this will demise slowly. It's a slow burn in Canada versus America, where it's an insta burn. Like
Well, we do have guns.
that too. Also, in Canada, it's usually a slow burn than a insta burn like this shit is.
Polish dude, the Sargon likes. Although that dude's red pilled as fuck. I don't know the Polish dude that. I don't know what Polish dude that Sargon likes. I think I know who he's talking about, but I can't remember the name.
Just remember, like the way he talks. Is he Polish or is he actually Polish or does he have like a weird kind of? That's not Polish, but it's just.
I mean, it's not talking about V or any of them,
Oh.
right? I don't know. That's
I
the thing.
think
I
you're
don't
talking
know.
about V, because V has that weird little accent, but even though he's European, I think like he's from some of those old.
I thought no,
communist-
V is Romanian.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh,
Sargon
yeah.
talks to so many people. It's just man.
most divorces favor women. Oh, dude, it's fucking 80-something% of divorces are initiated by women.
Yeah.
80-something%.
And this where I'm more sympathetic to a right wing perspective, where they say like, divorce should be off the table.
Yeah.
I'm not ultimately saying like I'm pure for like you have to stay in. I'm not like, oh, that's a bad position. If you go in a relationship being like, oh, if divorce is an option, that relationship will fail most likely to a degree. I don't want to say certain, like it will certainly fail, but
Yeah, it was. I mean, and this is the like, man. Oh, god damn it.
I'm
God,
sorry,
this-
they'll never get old.
Right?
They'll never get old, Pete. I'm sorry.
Man.
It's always whenever you're making a point
I
too.
know, right? Fucking Discord. Shit. This is the when the conservatives and right wingers were going on about gay marriage, and people were telling them, "Oh, you're just bigots. You just hate gay people. You know, blah blah blah." And it's like, no, man, they had a fucking point, bro. Like, we've done a lot of fucking damage to marriage, and it's not great.
But yeah. That's why like I'm ultimately more like that's why I'm ultimately more sympathetic to like religious right wingers than like leftists, for example. Because I'm like, do I think it's all this shit's great? No. But it's like, do they have a point sometimes? Sure.
Well,
Right.
that's the more and more I've learned about a lot of these issues, and the more and more time has gone on and revealed the consequences of this some of this stuff, the more and more I see that the conservatives were right all along.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, well, it was just a little more than a decade ago, like maybe in between a decade and 2 decades ago. But you know, the crazy conspiracy theory was once gay marriage was legalized, that people would be going after incest and
Animals.
yeah, what's
Yeah.
the man, what's the
And
Bearing
transition kids.
what's the word for that?
Zoophilia?
That's not the right word for it though. Like there's another word for it.
Interspecies erotica?
Yeah, interspecies erotica, fucko. But yeah, that was the crazy conspiracy theory. Oh, you legalize gay marriage, and then we'll have, you know, and pedophilia will be next, and you know, this, that, and the other will be next.
And they're right.
and
How
it
many
what was
pedophiles
it? It
have
was
come out on
oh,
Twitter and said, "Oh yeah, I'm down for nasty."
and the whole
motherfuckers."
thing, it was oh, you guys are just crazy bigots, and that's never gonna happen. And sure as shit, not within a few years after legalizing gay marriage, there were people trying to marry their sisters and mothers and whatever. There were people trying to marry
Moms
inanimate
marrying their sons.
objects. There was people trying to marry their dogs and their
Well,
cats.
that one chick married a fucking train station dog.
Yep.
Like beat that.
How the fuck does that work?
People trying to marry the moon. Like,
How do you
and it was
marry the moon? How many people has the moon married? Like, how does this work?
every single thing and more that the conservatives were saying was going to happen happened. And it's like, God, if only somebody had warned us.
Only if, guys.
Bestiality. Thank you, JC. That's what I was thinking of.
I just got back. I remember there's a Twitter like some apparently I'm not sure if it's real, but someone posted up a picture of like a gay flag and like a manhole with a child and stick. Files are too.
Damn, it's kind of crazy. But the more I like think about stuff, kind of, and like the more I listen to like people like Ben Shapiro and stuff like that, the more I realize they're right, and it's kind of fucking weird.
About a lot of things. Yep.
Especially gay marriage, because I'm like, yeah, Ben, I kind of disagree with you, man, dog. And it's like, oh, I don't know if I think I take that back. I don't know yet. I think I'm about to take that back.
Yeah.
Right?
And
Like, what do you do? What do you do after that? Like, Jesus.
and then you have 6-year-old dancing for the 6-year-old was 6-year-olds dancing for transsexual weirdos in pride parades. No, and there was the one where the kid was
same thing
dancing
about
for
the-
tips. in a strip club.
Yeah, which is I don't know how that's not child porn, by the way. A drag queen, I think 8-year-old dancing for older men.
It's only
But-
slightly fucked up, dog. It's not nothing wrong with it, you uncultured swine.
He's such a bigot.
Right, dog? Like, God, what is wrong with people? Fuck.
I mean, yeah, and then there was the drag queen story hours, and then
Would you
That was
Wow.
ran by a pedophile, by
that,
the way?
and then a whole bunch of them ended up being pedophiles, and then I just saw the article. One of the big proponents of gender neutral bathrooms and shit in Canada was a registered pedophile or sex offender. Like, man, who could have guessed? Imagine my shock. If only somebody had warned us.
It's almost like having
what was
someone
it? A well-known
sexualize-
drag. What they said was in the news was a well-known drag queen who nobody knew that changed his name from his government name to go into schools to teach kids about transitioning and being a drag queen. And it turns out this guy had a mile-long pedophilia record. Like,
It's
what?
almost-
Imagine my shock.
There was a guy that you found like got caught, and you found out he was texting. He was texting little girls, trying to be like, "Oh, how does it work when you put in tampons? And do you girls get naked in the change rooms together and touch each other?" Like what? Like, and you find out this guy's a well-known. This guy's a transgender pedophile. And it's like, wow, imagine.
Yeah, JC, keeps the noggin jogging. It does.
It's like, oh,
Bro,
man,
it's like we called this shit out like a couple years ago or something. Huh.
Brim. It's clown decade. Just be acceptant of it now.
Dog, no, you don't understand, Blue. Like, oh, well, yeah, you do, because you've been around that long.
I've been around
We-
since the beginning of the game. Talk.
We
I just
called
never
this shit out, bro. We fucking nailed everything, bro. We talked about the early on bill of the bathrooms. We said that not all transgenders were pedophiles, but that there were going to be pedophiles posing as transgenders to go
Yep.
in and fuck with little kids. And guess what happened at Target? They were the first company to enact the no gender policy in their bathroom.
Right.
Fucking Walmart. 3 cases in my local area that took place.
Yep.
Like, huh. Wow, it's like we're not bigots. It's like we weren't trying to defend transgenders or anything.
It's almost like we
Fucking
had valid
fuck.
concerns.
Fucking
It's almost like if it's like. And by the way, when it comes to transgender, it's like if you're gonna transgender, be a male or a boy and dress accordingly. Christ,
bro, and here's the thing.
you can't be a guy with a
I-
beard and be roughhouse. Be like, oh, I'm a woman, guys.
But here's always been my issue, right? Like, if you're a tranny who's going for a regular relationship, why do you need to be a tranny? Why are you making a relationship more than it really is? It's a relationship, for fuck's
Do you
sake.
mean like? Do you mean a guy who transitions to a girl and only dates girls, something like that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's called
That-
make it.
What
That's
was
straight
that
being extra
one
steps.
dumb bitch, fucking Riley Dennis or Jay Dennis
Yeah.
or whatever?
Who's still at a
Tran-
Fucking
penis, by the
retard,
way.
dude.
Trans-
Like, that guy's a
Talk
fucking
A
idiot,
trans
dude.
woman who's a lesbian. It's like, yeah, that's heterosexuality with extra steps.
Do you think some of these guys that transition from man to woman might have been made to feel bad about being gay?
Bro, this is my theory on this, right? I believe because of third wave feminism going after anything that like even remotely they find
Masculine.
valuable for their cause or masculine, they make these dudes feel bad about not only being men, but I think honestly, I think there's some men out there like Riley's dumbass that is just curious to see what it's like to be treated like a female.
HQ contested.
Oh, damn it.
Allied cluster strike inbound.
They just want to be treated. He wants to be treated like a female to see how a female is treated. They want to be wined and dined, and they probably liked it so much, and that's why they transition. Some of them transition for real reasons. Granted, it's a very, very, very fucking small amount, but they do exist. So I never had any problems with those people. It's the people that have hijacked transgenderism and decided to say, I'm a transgender fucking goat. Fuck me, daddy. Make me bad. Push my fucking head into the fence. Like, come on, man. Like, this is fucking stupid.
That's why
Bah!
the transgender issue be solved like this. You pick your gender, male or female, and dress accordingly. There you go. I solved the problem. I'm sorry.
Alright.
None of this shit where it's like, oh, I'm a male who looks like a guy and talks like a guy and all that, but I'm actually a woman. No. If you transition to a woman, you dress accordingly. How hard?
What? Sorry, you like really. You are really breaking up, but is that?
Wasn't there this dude that identified as being a wolf or something?
Oh, dude,
Yeah.
that gets even. There's people that identify as fairies and shit like that. Yeah, it gets totally crazy.
I don't know what you're talking
That's
about.
why my saying you pick your gender and dress accordingly is so great.
That's true.
HQ active. Move to secure.
Well, no, but even beyond that, it's like, I'm sorry, guys, but we're not gonna completely redo society for 0.01% of the population.
But don't you guys know that the 0.1? Wait, no, it's the 0.001% is a majority. Well, baby, I have no idea. I haven't been upstairs.
Do you think there's some people that fight for change?
It probably is.
Friendly UAV overhead.
Hello?
No,
Yo.
we're here. Sorry, what was that? My
Outside,
girl was
like-
down.
There's some people that try to fight
Hi, baby.
for cause because they just want to.
Perimeter breach.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Yeah.
those.
I don't
Because
know.
they want to be revolutionaries. But
Yeah.
without fighting the revolution.
Well, that's-
Like
they
none
mean-
of them will ever pick up their guns and fight.
They're rebels without a cause.
Err.
You know, the great civil
they're
rights causes have already been won.
Hey. I think so. Like, what do you guys think the next big stupid thing's gonna be?
Pedophilia.
No, that's already a thing. That's no. I'm talking.
know, right?
We got
After that, oh man,
we gotta think bigger, dog.
yeah, I
That's
don't know.
complicated. I'm gonna need an
Pedophilia
essay.
or bestiality mix. That's the next big thing. Calling it now. Calling it now. Well, we've been accurate. Like, we were joking around about this shit being a thing back in the day, dude. Like, we
Yep.
were kidding.
Well, half
We're like-
kidding.
Well, yeah, but you know, we were joking about the bestiality. We were joking about like government officials being pro pedophiles on Twitter, and next thing you know, not even like a year and a half later, that's happened, and it's like, what?
By the way,
what's next?
Brem,
Yeah,
you know on podcasts back then, like you had what was it, Rambo and shit?
yeah.
I ended up disagreeing with Rambo a lot, but now it's like crazy how Rambo is right about a lot of shit. I'm thinking about it. And I'm like, dude, that's a bit drawing the line. And then it's like, oh wow, he was
Because
right.
it
fuck.
sounds nonsensical, dude. Like, it
Yep.
doesn't sound logical. It sounds like it's hyperbolic as fuck, right? And you know, I disagreed with him on a lot of that shit too. I was like, come on, people aren't gonna be that ridiculous. It's all you wait, you watch, it's gonna fucking happen. And you're
And it
right.
happened, sure as
It
shit.
happened, yeah.
Like, dude, clown decade's a thing. I've just accepted that clown decade's a reality.
Oh yeah, it's gonna get way more ridiculous
Yeah,
before it gets
baby.
better.
Lucas, for clown decade, we can enjoy the ride. What do you guys say? We can enjoy
Yep.
the ride of clown
I'm
decade.
just waiting for an excuse to go boogaloo.
You gonna jump on me?
He's waiting for the. If he just has his shotgun in hand, just waiting for to finally use this thing.
Yep, I'm loaded with slugs, bruh. I'm loaded for burr.
Bruh, like the way this world is going, dude.
He's ready for war. He's like, fuck that. I'm ready for war.
Do it.
guys.
Just do it while I'm
Hey,
young,
we-
man,
we-
because I'm not getting any younger.
But you know what's funny though?
Arrow, I agree. No one will step foot in countries that could to kill them for standing up for certain trying to promote change. People won't step foot in like places like the Middle East. You're right. I've noticed that too.
Because there's women
Yeah,
in the
because
Middle
that
East
would
that
be
need
actually
help,
risky.
Dude, you know how many
risking your
women in
life.
Iran need help? Like, fuck. Like, that's where third wave needs to go.
Yeah, because
Wanna
I
fight
remember in
the
Iran, like,
fucking
by the way, another
the
crazy guy.
patriarchy? There you go.
Another crazy guy that kind of was right a little bit, Gavin McGinnis. He would talk about how in Iran, like I think like what year was it? Women would dress normal in there before they had to dress in
Yeah.
their ghost
Oh, there's a
uniforms.
bunch of places, dude. Iran, Iraq, Saudi Arabia, Kuwait.
And he would show you photos that are black and white, where you show women who wear short skirts and
Yeah.
all that stuff.
Yeah,
there.
they look exactly like, you know, business
Like
women
normal
in
girls.
the U.S. Yeah.
Or just like how some girls dress now.
Yep.
And then now they have the wear their ghost orbs. I call it it's like their version of the clan robe.
Cluster strike inbound.
Yeah. I mean, you ain't wrong.
Keep it up, guys. The day's almost done.
Point is, I'm ready for the apocalypse. There you go. That's my point.
Whatever it's gonna be, just
Aeroslayer,
hurry it up.
what will happen next? People who are straight will be shamed. Aeros.
Wait, what was it?
He said, I think what will happen next, people who are straight will be
You'll be like, why you straight, bro? I can't wait to hear that one
Here with the
day.
fucking program, dog.
Dude, straight people are already getting shamed.
I think when that happens, they're trying to get back at straight, or like, well, straight people because of the actions of other people that.
It's not even
And,
that, because most of those people weren't around when gay people were being
Or being persecuted, like
Being
you'd be beat the
persecuted.
fuck out of because you're gay.
Yeah, no, you know
I
what you
feel
want
like
to
they feel like they're sticking it to the man, getting back.
But they're making people that are
Don, you
innocent suffer
keep
over
going
this shit.
farther away from your microphone, so you got to pick a
Pick
You
a
gotta-
distance.
yeah, you got to pick a distance, and then we got to tune your
How's this?
that's a lot better.
Way better.
Here's how this works. If the shaming like that has happened, I'll just give the same excuse that gay people gave back then. Hey, I like pussy. What the fuck you want from me? I'll just take their excuse and use it against them.
You want to know what I think it is? I think it's resentment towards straight people because gay people will never have, you know, there's certain things that gay people will never have, like the ability to procreate with their partner.
That seems like
I don't know. He could be right. Fucking, I'm not at this point. I'm just sort of accept that the impossible is possible now. So
Yeah, I mean, you ask me, that's what I'd say it is.
and people who are resentful will stay resentful unless they want to change.
Pretty much. I don't know, man. Like, I'm getting to that point where I'm just like, yeah, you know what? I'm not gonna disbelieve much of anything anymore because even the nonsense is becoming reality, and that's the fucked up
Right.
part about it all.
Yeah.
So it's like, do you say they're clowns? No. Do you
I'll
say
be right
they're
back.
full of it? Not really. I mean, there's
They're
no
not
evidence showing that they're wrong. Like they're actually quite the opposite, right? Like, fuck. Like, what do you do?
It's just the thing is, it's just we shamed. I don't know, man. It's like, fuck. All this is so. It's like the religious right wingers who we don't want to say they're right anymore. It's like your dad whenever you don't want to admit your dad was.
Right.
So like, yeah, I don't want to admit that, dude. Fuck that.
Right.
Hey, your dad what?
That your dad was right and you were being stupid. No one wants to admit that.
No.
I
You're
mean,
right.
I can admit that now. Like, I passed away in 2012, but when he was around, I didn't want to admit I was like wrong or like. Well, it's not like I didn't want to admit it, but I didn't want to put up. You know. Now I'm willing to agree that I was the reason. Back like a asshole. I ditched him sometimes when we did work around the house. That's what I did wrong.
Oh, it's just
Maybe it just depends on the person.
I don't know. I've fully just accepted that. Yep, I was wrong. I'm done. You know what? Those crazy right wingers, I used to think they're crazy. They might have been right.
That's the fucked up part, right?
I hear about more craziness on the left than the right, though, but I might be wrong. Maybe I'm just hearing from the wrong source. Like, I hear
Well, I
more
mean-
talk about the left being crazy.
Bro, most of these nonsensical things that have gone on is brought about by the left. That's the fucked up part. Like the right are the crazy conspiracy theory nut jobs, and some of them are fucking dead on. It's like, dude, like, what?
I think when you're a conspiracy theorist, like, a lot of times people look at you like you're just by default crazy and nothing you say is credible. Like-
Until it happens, and then everybody's like, "Oh my god,
Yeah,
he called it."
yeah, I think with some people are like, oh my god, like the people that follow their stuff, but most people say, coincidence.
But how long is it a coincidence? You know what I mean? When it's
It isn't.
continuous.
Like they're
When it's a
entitled-
continuous thing, and it's like it's no longer coincidence. Continuous thing that's coming around.
yeah, they're insightful. It is. They're not just conspiracy theorists. They're smart. They're not just kind of like theories up their ass. Right?
Well, some of them do, right? That's the problem. Is like there's a loud minority of conspiracy theorists that are so fucking outlandish, but then you have that middle ground of like crazy but like doable, and then you have like the one-offs, like the Alex Jones crowd, where like everything the man says sounds like bullshit, and then you look into the shit and you're like, oh my god.
He's right about fucking
I heard
everything.
I heard about a conspiracy theory that Eminem was replaced by a robot.
I don't know about that one, but still.
or
Sounds
Tupac.
more believable than a satanic cult of pedophiles that are all throughout the highest levels of our government and other governments and shit like that. And yet, Bill Clinton, Hillary, Prince Edward, George.
Well, now that the officer, like, I guess came thing, he said, "Oh yeah, there was a door. Oh yeah, there was a hallway." I like, so you guys gonna tell me the gunman didn't have a point? Just saying. Like, all of a sudden, there was no doorway, there was no hallway. The cop said that didn't exist, and then the same cop comes out and says, "Yes, there was." It's like, do you realize you made the entire situation 1,000 times worse because you lied? Because not only was the guy with the gun on the right path, but you literally put your police department in the spotlight of the public that believe in this shit.
Yep.
I mean, like, that's all you need, right? Is for
Clarify
your
by
doubts to
hallway.
be fucking realized as fact. Like, that's the thing.
Can you clarify what the topics about Epstein?
I'll let you guys do that. My girl just got home. I'm gonna go hang out with her for a bit. I'll be back on later.
All right.
Peace.
Can you guys clarify what the hallway and door thing topic is about? Because I don't personally that part.
Oh, I don't actually know. But I'm assuming they're talking about some, some hallway or doorway that was or was not or had access to the cell that Epstein was in. And they said that there wasn't, but then it turns out that there was.
So you're thinking he's put there on purpose just so someone might commit, maybe? Make it look like he was a suicide,
I don't
not
know.
like foul play.
Yeah.
I saw a couple of scores the last couple matches. That was something. Landslide victory on both sides. On your game plan. One side had 0, the other side had like 200, and the last one you did like 180 and 0.
I don't know. Most of those I joined in like halfway, so.
Yeah, but that's bad.
Happened to Brimstone.
Oh, fuck. He bounced.
Yeah. Do you want to end overtime now? By the way.
I'm probably go to the end of this match. Shouldn't be too much longer.
Yeah, this is definitely an interesting conversation.
Yep. Interesting topics.
Because it's fun to talk about this.
Well, I'm closer to the mic than I appear, and my mic's at an angle right now. Turned. So I'm not like standing like 3 feet from it. So you're right up against.
I know. Hopefully, I can actually win this boss fight now. I
Oh,
did some
fuck.
grinding. That was mega grind. So harder now.
I thought you would beat that game a long ass time ago.
I haven't. I bounced off a little bit, and now I'm getting back in to finish it.
Ah, damn it. So what's new with you guys? Anything?
Oh, I've been playing GTA 5 when I normally at all. Well, I have it. So I didn't have anyone to play with, and I
Jesus.
didn't want to play with.
Gotta take my dog out.
Yep.
I'm enjoying it. In-game currency, which I kind of regret the decision because I'm already part of a club and I wanted to start my. I wanted to get my own building. Kept shooting my friend's tire out.
Always fun.
Well, that's funny. I mean, you couldn't shoot each other because the friend made it so we couldn't shoot him in the head anymore.
That's no fun.
Yeah, I was no. Well, I was fun to play with, but like I wasn't playing fair. I remember I ran us cops at one point. They ran us all the way out into the middle of nowhere, away from the highway or any kind of road or any kind of area where there's cars, and we didn't have our own vehicle put out there. So we had to walk all the way back. I had the good idea of going over the mountain around it. I didn't think about that because I didn't think we could go up the mountain. Hey, discover something over the mountain. Got back there second minute rather than 30 back to the
Oh,
highway.
motherfucker. That's a good game, JC. Fallen Order. Apparently, haven't played it myself. Not really big into Star Wars games.
Yeah, that game can piss you off. It's challenging. I'm playing the second hardest difficulty, not the hardest. Probably have time for that. What difficulty are you playing on?
Oh, Arrow started Judge. I'm assuming you mean Terminator Judgment, I believe. That's supposed to be a really good game too.
Can never really keep up to speed on gaming news or pretty much stuff like that. Like I try, but like I'm always behind by like days.
He's a Jedi Master.
I think that's the hardest difficulty.
Oh,
So he's playing the hardest difficulty. Like that's more limited, I guess. Starting off the game. So like he's gonna have a hard time. Like I I can't kill that one boss that's on that lizard that's in that one cave first. Still, jumps all over the place, kills me. I remember playing Force Unleashed. That was a lot easier than this game. But then again, in that game, you were overpowered as hell. Like, blow up, push everything away, force lightning, whatever. You know?
Oh, I think this is the second hardest.
Oh, second hardest. Okay, then that's what I'm playing. Second.
Secure the HQ. Go. Friendly UAV online.
I gotta get back to it. I just started playing GTA. Friends played from 11 o'clock last night to like 6 a.m. this morning. I really need to stay awake. If I can stay awake 7 hours, stay awake. I have no. Today I was up late, so I went.
You're cutting in and out again, man. Gotta move that
Sorry,
mic
I went
closer
too
to
far
you.
with my Mac.
Yeah, move
went
it
too far
closer to
with-
where like you want to sit. Yeah,
Like this.
that's probably better. Oh, fuck.
Personal radar drone standing by. Copy. Backup to you on route.
Where you at, Blue? Ah.
Stand by for redeployment.
Almost done. One more point. Victory. Oh. Well, all right, guys. Been fun. Good to have you. Thanks for chatting with us. Thanks for watching.
We're off.
Yeah,
Okay.
been going for 2 hours, so
See you guys.
see
watching.
everybody later. Peace.
See you later. Peace out.
Oops.